Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we're covering Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is a really cool Pokemon. Obviously incredibly high HP, high defense, high special defense. Its attack and special attack are a little bit lackluster, but honestly it has so much bulk and it has some abilities to be able to set up as well. Now, this isn't an update video because Mandibuzz did get access to new moves in the Isle of Armor update. If you would like to go and check out the previous video, which has some slightly different sets, there is a card up in the corner there for you to have a look at. Now, obviously, I'd recommend you watch the rest of the video first. I'm also doing a bit of plugging. If you could also like this video and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, it really helps me out. It really helps the videos do better, and it also helps me to build content because it makes me feel good about myself. But yeah, we've got 3 sets of Mandibuzz today, 2 generic and 1 Dynamax. I know there are many more ways that you can run Mandibuzz. Let me know in the comments below on how you run Mandibuzz. I know there are, as I said, a lot of different ways of doing this. First I have is a leftovers set. We have big pecs, meaning your defense cannot be lowered. Let me just double check that. Yeah, your defense stat stage cannot be lowered, which honestly can be quite handy. Sometimes it happens, but fairly rarely. But, you know, better be safe than sorry. You've got Overcoats, you're immune to powder moves. Now, this is actually really good because things like Stun Spore, Poison Powder, and Sleep Powder, or Sleep Powder and Stun Spore are the ones that are more common. So they can be potentially problematic, so Overcoat can actually work quite nicely for you there. And then Weak Armor isn't what we're going for with this set, but it is definitely a really good option. It lowers your defense by 1, but raises your speed by 2, which, if you've got speed investment, that means that you outspeed the majority of Pokemon, so that allows you to work quite nicely. But this set is a defensive set. Typically, you'll probably see Mandibuzz more as a defensive set. It has Foul Play on it. Really good attack, especially considering it takes into account your opposing Pokemon's attack rather than your attack. Obviously, your attack's very low, but Foul Play, let's say you've got an Excadrill that's just set up with Swords Dance, realistically that Foul Play is going to take it out. Now, obviously, it doesn't work very well for special users, so you might want to replace that with like Dark Pulse or something along those lines, or even, I don't know, Knockoff. I think it gets Knockoff. Let me just double check. It does get knockoff. It might be a transfer only move, so do check that. But you could go for that as well. We've got Roost to allow us to heal ourselves up because, as I said, you're probably going to be taking some hits with this set. We've got Toxic. Now, Mandibuzz is one of the few Pokemon that actually learns Toxic by level up, so it's one you don't have to transfer. Although it does learn Toxic, I think, at a very late level. I think it's like level 64 or something like that. But it is there. You have access to Toxic. And Toxic is really good for racking up damage on defensive walls and kind of limiting the amount of time that they can be in. And also with setup sweepers, they won't be able to set up as much as they initially planned, or they will fully set up and not have the time to sweep your team. So Toxic can work really effectively in that sense. And I'll finally put Taunt on here as well. Now, Taunt stops those setups, and it also stops the setups of things like hazards, which are very prevalent in the metagame. Obviously, Stealth Rocks can be a huge problem, especially for like Mandibuzz. On here, you could always go for Defog instead of Taunt or something along those lines if you wanted to, and I think even Tailwind is an option. Let me just double check that one as well. Tailwind is also an option, so yeah, you can mix and match with this set slightly if you want. EV's got max HP and max defense with a bold nature, so more defense, less attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. Now, you could always go for the Rocky Helmet on here as well. That would work fairly nicely with the ability to be able to heal yourself up with Roost. So, definitely could try a Rocky Helmet on this set. The second set I have is a Nasty Plot Life Orb set. Now, as I said, because your defenses are so high, they're amazing. Realistically, you're not going to be taking too much damage from too many hits, and if you do, you have Roost on this set to heal yourself up. Now, Nasty Plot allows for you to double your special attack from 229 to about 458, which obviously makes you a lot more powerful. And then the Life Orb boosts that 1.3 times, so you essentially get another 120 on there, which is like, you know, 570 power, which is pretty high. It is pretty high. And then I've gone for Weak Armor as the ability. I thought it works quite nice. Whilst you're setting up, you still have that max defense, but then you get that -1 in your defense, and then you get the speed investment, so allowing for you to be faster. Realistically, 196 times that by 2 from the Weak Armor, that's going to be 392, I think. I'm not sure, that was quick maths for me, and I don't actually know, but I think it's 392. So you're outspeeding the vast majority of Pokemon at that point. And if you get another one up, you're outspeeding everything, no matter what, I think. Unless it's got like 3 agilities or something. But yeah, Nasty Plot doubles our special attack. We've got Dark Pulse, powerful Dark type attack. It's a variety of different Pokemon. Honestly, I think Dark type is very underrated. It hits a good amount of Pokemon. We've got Air Slash as well, which again hits a variety of Pokemon. It's boosted by Stab. They're both boosted by Stab, so they get a little bit more power. And I've gone for Roost on here just to mitigate that Life Orb damage and the possible getting hit. But you could also go for something along the lines of, I believe it learns Heat Wave. Yeah, we could go for Heat Wave if you wanted instead. EVs, there are a couple of ways of running this. I've gone for max HP and max special attack with a modest nature, so more special attack, less attack, and 4 EVs and special defense. But you could always go max special attack and max speed if you wanted to, if you want to have that weak armor boost. And finally, moving on to the interesting Dynamax set that I've come up with, Mandibuzz. So I've gone for Citrus Berry on here. There are so many different options. You could go for quite a few different berries, like a electric reducing berry, a ice reducing berry, a rock reducing berry. You could go for red card, leftovers, life orb, choice band, or if you have a choice band, you have to take off the roost. And I'm sure there are so many other different items that you could run on this. I've gone for Overcoat as the ability this time. You could go for Weak Armor, but realistically, if you're trying to do that investment into your speed through the Dual Wing Beat as max Airstream, that'll be fine for you. Rock Smash is obviously not a very powerful move, but when you Dynamax, it will turn into Max Knuckle, increasing up your attack stat. Now, if you can get like 2 increases on your attack stat, your attack is going to look pretty high. And then you've got Dual Wing Beat, again, increasing up your speed. Steel Wing increases up your defense through Max Steel Spike. So if you want to run like a toxic Steel Wing set, that could definitely work for you as well. And then you have Roost to heal up when you're out of Dynamax, and also as an option to have Max Guard in case you need it. EV has gone for max HP, max attack, for Adamant Nature, some more attack, less special attack, and 4 EVs is special defense. You definitely could go for max speed here if you wanted to. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Anyways, that is all for Mandibuzz, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here. It's a good one, and I'll see you soon.